I'm always delighted to be with Saul News. This has been such a leader in the conservative movement and the Republican Party.
Welcome to the Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for June the 2nd, 2023. The 60 Plus Association asks the question, can you trust your money managers? Every American wants to live comfortably in their old age. Many of them plan for it by investing in various retirement mechanisms over the course of their working lives. Unfortunately, too many Americans turn their savings over to large investment houses that are using their power in the marketplace to push for political or societal change, rather than focusing on decisions that will produce the greatest possible return for the millions of people who have entrusted them with their money. The place where this is most obviously seen is in how these firms, which own 75% of the United States publicly traded companies, cast their votes in favor of special interest shareholder resolutions that seek to require racial and gender equity in corporate senior management, order companies to divest their holdings in money-making oil and natural gas operations, and make investments in line with current progressive political trends, rather than the opportunity to maximize the return on investment. Some people call this ESG, others are starting to call it patriotic investing. By whatever name it's known, however, it's a raw deal for the small investor whose life savings is managed by gigantic funds. The Committee to Unleash Prosperity, run by publisher Steve Forbes and economists Dr. Arthur Laffer and Steve Moore, recently examined the proxy voting behavior of some of the nation's largest investment firms as it pertained to their support for ESG measures. The results, which can be found in the link in the description below, may surprise you. Some of the world's biggest money management firms, companies you may rely on to take care of the money you'll need to enjoy your golden years securely, may be undermining your interests by siding with those who want to use corporate America to effect social change. CBS News reports, McCarthy dismisses House Freedom Caucus members' threats to oust him over debt ceiling deal. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he is not concerned about threats from House Freedom Caucus members to oust him from the speakership over the debt ceiling deal with President Biden. In order to win over conservative members in his bid to become Speaker earlier this year, McCarthy agreed to a House rule that allows a single member to call for a motion to vacate, which forces a vote on removing the House leader. The no confidence vote would need only a simple majority to oust him. House Freedom Caucus members have railed against the agreement, saying it doesn't go far enough to rein in government spending and calling for stricter work requirements for safety net programs. When asked about the threat, Speaker McCarthy said, quote, "Look, everybody has the ability to do what they want, but if you think I'm going to wake up in the morning and be ever worried about that, no. Doesn't bother me. If someone thinks they have the right to do it, call the motion." And finally, Just the News reports, FBI Chief Wray rolls dice with Congress over contempt, then jets to Las Vegas. Just hours after informing Congress he wouldn't comply with the subpoena and turn over an informant document on the Biden family investigation, FBI Director Christopher Wray hopped on the Bureau's Gulfstream jet and ferried off to the more friendly confines of Las Vegas. The trip allows the FBI boss to escape an increasingly hostile atmosphere for himself in Washington, where congressional Republicans announced Wednesday that they would seek to hold Wray in contempt of Congress for refusing to turn over a subpoenaed memo that lays out bribery allegations against President Biden. The memo, known as an FD 1023 form, includes information provided to the Bureau in June of 2020 by a confidential human source alleging a bribery scheme involving Biden when he was vice president. Lawmakers learned about the existence of the memo from FBI whistleblowers. Wray tried to defuse the situation earlier Wednesday in a phone call with House Oversight and Accountability Committee Chairman James Comer and Senator Chuck Grassley, saying that while he would not comply with the subpoena by turning over the memo to Congress, he would allow lawmakers to visit FBI headquarters and look at it in a private room. And that concludes your Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for June the 2nd, 2023. For more political news faster, visit saulsnews.com.